Good afternoon, this is Red Robin Farm and I'm Mary Catherine on April the 4th. It's a blustery day. I thought I would begin by showing you how cleaned off the porch is. We have very few things left to move. I'm going to keep this long, not quite a table because it doesn't have a top, but because the grills that were on top, we've moved back to the greenhouse because I'm starting plants back there. But I would like to leave this here, and when we find something long and flat that could go on top of here, I'll turn it into a table. Yes, that's the traffic we deal with all day long. That's just how it is in farm country. Lots of trucks and logging trucks. But I'd like to turn this into kind of a table, so if we wanted to have a lot of people over, like in June during the wedding, we could have a buffet out here. I'd put tablecloths over it. You'd never know it looked like that. We still have a milk crate full of wine bottles. A little bit of champagne it looks like too. I think that's pretty old stuff. And a bag of sand that needs to be moved. And one more water barrel. That one's actually full of water, and I'll need for Adam to move that. The only thing I have left here are some sweet potatoes that are beginning to sprout. And I still have some thyme and some parsley. And what I am still hoping is a stevia. I should look up what stevia looks like and see if I'm growing stevia or growing a weed. It's hard to say. But what I really want to do today is show you what I'm doing in my studio. So we'll pause and I'll meet you back there. So now we're coming back to the studio, and I just wanted you to see all the things that are going on here. As usual, I have my classical guitar going on my Pandora station. I vacuumed in here today so the floor looks a little better. I'm going to start up another weave. I won't go through the whole process with you like I did last time, but I did kind of a pink weave, and then I did kind of an orange weave, and so this time I'm doing kind of a blue weave. The weft will be this pretty yarn. It's variegated, so it'll blend in well. I have some Simply Soft. That's kind of a lavender, and I have some pink. Yellow is always a good brightener. Use the green again. This has some sequins built in. Some nice white for contrast. Here's a very fun little yarn here. Some bumpiness going on. Isn't that neat? And I love this. This is a very fun, pretty yarn with some blue and some pink. And then as kind of a stabilizer, I guess you'd call it, a little bit of Simply Soft gray. I won't overdo it with that. I don't want it to have a gray look. But just a pretty blue shawl. A narrow, lightweight shawl. My poor little spinning wheel's over here because I'm not going to be spinning today, but I have been spinning, as you saw. And I've got, where did those go? I think I showed you these before. I've got now 2 skeins, or bobbins, or toilet paper rolls of white, and I'll be working on those soon, but not today. I did this little painting. That took me 2 tries. That's a watercolor of an apple blossom. We also have kind of I think an ornamental cherry tree. I took a photograph and did a little bit of watercolor with that, and I like that. Turned out okay. I'm not wild about it, but I think it's okay. It's all about practice when it comes to art. Here's my Thanksgiving mice book, and I'm still working on that. It's a little slow. This was more of a winter project in the cold weather when I would sit in here with hot tea and look out the window with the snow. And so now that there's so much to do outside, I'm not doing as much on that. I've got a batch of lavender soap still curing. I think it's in its 2nd week. These bars here are for Anna. These bars here are for me to sell. Today I went out to the herb garden, and my lemon balm is doing so well. I picked a basket of that, and I decided a nice way to dry this might be just on a line strung across my studio. So I took an old piece of cotton yarn, and I attached it on this end to a little hook, from which I have a wind chime that actually belongs to Julia. And on the other end, I just hooked it around that little jacket holder. And wonderfully, the lemon balm seems to hang easily. The mint, not as much. I really wanted these 2 for a lemon mint combination. I will be drying these to make tea, just an herbal tea. So that's a fun thing that's going on. Been enjoying some tea of my own today. This is my favorite teapot. Let me just show you this. This is just a little slip cozy that I made with some bulky yarn, but it seems to work fine. I love this pot. It says Huss and Brews, I think is what that says. I won't focus on it. But it has a little built-in strainer infuser. So you don't have to carry around a little strainer, and the leaves stay in there, and I just put sugar straight in there, and it's just enough for about, I don't know, 2 or 3 cups. This is my favorite teacup. I had one from years ago that a very good friend gave me, probably over 20 years ago, and I broke it, put a little crack in it, and it made me so sad that Adam got me this one, a replacement one, for Christmas. But you know me, I couldn't throw away the old one either, so it's still sitting in there, even though I can't really use it. My batch of tea tree soap is finished and for sale, and here's a few extra bars of it that I've wrapped, and I still need to put stickers on. And I made more. I've actually made 2 more batches of my healing herb ointment, and I took a very large, probably a liter, maybe a small quart jar of it to an elderly man at church who really needed some more, and he was very pleased to see that last night. Well, this is just a short video. I'm going to continue hanging the rest of this lemon balm, and I'm looking forward to that herbal tea. I don't like green tea, but there's times that I don't want caffeine, but I do want some tea, and a nice herb tea is wonderful. I have a herbal chai that is just fabulous, and so I can't really replicate that, but I'll try to get close. So I'll be warping up this loom, and then maybe I'll show you what I have when I get done. Oh, I know what I was going to show you. I forgot. I do have some other yarns in here that I got recently, and I thought I'd show you the kind of yarns that I find when I go out yarn hunting. Now, this is not a pretty yarn. Whoever thought this would be, oh, what a lovely yarn, must have been crazy. It's a nice texture, but it's just gray with brown. But the thing is, in weaving, you blend so many things. You're not stuck with this one yarn. You have a blend of many yarns, and I could probably use that as the weft, and with some other nice colors, something to brighten it up. So that was all 50 cents, almost certainly because it's ugly. I'm excited about these two. I believe this is sock yarn, which means it's kind of thin. But isn't that pretty? As is that. It is sock yarn, you can tell by the photo. Magic stripes. It's supposed to, if you do it up into a sock, it's supposed to magically make stripes. But I won't be making socks with it. I find, personally, this is only my opinion, that knitting socks is a labor of love for yourself, because invariably a year later they have holes in them after all that hard work and expense. So that was a little bit of yarn I found, and I'm sorry for the jumpy camera. This is some more. Can you tell I tend to like variegation stripes? I want some brightness. And this one is fun because it has some bumpiness. I could probably even, I could probably replace that yarn with that yarn. I don't know. I think I like the brightness of that. But this will come in handy at some point when I am weaving another scarf. I'm amazed at how many people still want to buy a scarf or a shawl. This time of year we've had a very cold winter, and honestly, people are still putting things around their necks for warmth. So, a little bit of creativity and light guitar music from the Red Robin Creative Studio, or as Adam says, the Inspiration Room. See you later. Bye-bye.